From Careco TV, one of the longest-running outdoor programs on television today. Exploring the country and the coast in search of adventure. From the mountains of the Great Northwest to the shores of the Atlantic Ocean, this is Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin. This week, Americana Outdoors takes you all the way to Africa with our special guest, Smith Wesson's James Debney, along with his good friends from the NRA and Leupold Optics.
Well, I was just very excited, actually. I'm fortunate enough that a lot of hard work had been put into the planning by others, such as Chris Sprangers from the NRA, so I'm very grateful and appreciative for all the effort he put in to organizing this fantastic hunt that we've been on here in South Africa at Tam Safaris.
Well, this is my first time on the continent of Africa. When I got to the airport, the woman that helped me with my rifles in the airport had said, well, this is your first time, I'll see you next year. And I kind of laughed, and she's exactly right. This place is got a bug that bites you, and I'm already figuring out how I can come back and hunt some more stuff and see different areas of the continent.
I've hunted Africa 5 times, and I absolutely love it here. It's such a special place. This time, we really kind of set up something interesting. We wanted to hunt free-range antelope in the mountains of the eastern Cape of South Africa. And so we had an opportunity to come out here to Tam Safaris and hunt free-range mountain antelope. And for me, it's just, there's nothing like being in the mountains hunting. And the opportunity to do that here in South Africa was really, really special.
We're in South Africa with Tam Safaris, just outside Craddock in the Eastern Cape.
It's a very unique area. It's very diverse. The landscape, the terrain, the topography, the vegetation. And that's one thing that's really neat about the Eastern Cape is, you know, you're going from one area, you can drive 30 minutes and you'll think you're in a completely different country. Very diverse, very unique. A wide variety of species, which you can come into one area, you can collect a number of different species in some beautiful, beautiful country.
We grew up hunting. My father and grandfather, they were keen hunters, and growing up they took us out into the field and taught us a lot of what we know today.
Tam Safaris is situated in the Great Winterberg Mountain Range. It's an extensive east-west mountain range lying immediately north of the small towns of Bedford, Adelaide, and Fort Beaufort in the Eastern Cape of South Africa. Elevation on average is about 1,800 meters above sea level.
So one of the first setups we did was for mountain reedbuck. We're waiting for them to start spilling off the mountain. So we're set up. We're right in the shadow of a bush, which is absolutely key because you don't want to be found out in the open in some sunlight because they'll really spot you. You've also got to be really careful with the wind so that they don't wind you at the same time. And we had quite a healthy breeze that day as well. So along comes some mountain reedbuck spilling nicely off the mountain coming our direction. So we moved further down the valley and we spotted a Vaal reedbuck.
Vaal reedbuck are known to be the most challenging game species to hunt in Southern Africa. Their senses are exceptional, their eyesight's really good.
I was carrying a Thompson Center Venture bolt-action rifle. It was chambered in 7mm 08, and we had a VX3i Leupold scope on there, which is an excellent scope. So a really, really good combination with a Venture rifle and that Leupold scope.
Boom. Got him, bud. Yeah, you hit him. Good job, James.
Thank you.
Perfect. Nice.
Very
Vaal
nice.
reedbuck, like I was telling you, very, very challenging animal to get. In fact, they're known to be the most challenging animal to hunt. Excellent shot.
Thank you.
Well done.
Yeah, very pleased. Thank you very much, sir.
After that, we decided to move on. We probably had about an hour, 2 hours at most of decent daylight. and we moved off, and right at the end of the day we were able to find a very nice ram.
Sun's going down, we're losing the light, but out pops a mountain reedbuck in the perfect position.
Take him there, right in his chest. Got him, man. What a way to end the day.
That's a
Good
great
stuff,
one.
James.
Thank you.
Woo!
Very happy with everything. Again, the Thompson Center Venture, along with the Leupold scope. So it was the perfect setup as well. Bit opportunistic, but we made it work.
Absolutely.
Coming up, James will get a chance to hunt one of the toughest animals in Africa.
The art of the hunt is not painted with a broad brush. Its eye is in the details. The note on the refrigerator, a set of broadheads, tried and true, the well-worn boots, soaked in doe estrus, and a Garmin Rhino, the only GPS with two-way radio. Clear the rhubarb out of the freezer. It's whitetail season in rhino country.
Kill a moose 2 miles from your truck, and you best not be scared of a little work. A lot of hunger pains, or the dark. Introducing the new TC Compass, only by Thompson Center. Follow your compass with America's master gunmaker.
Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, is brought to you by Garmin Verb. Life, camera, action. Cabela's, it's in your nature. Yamaha ATV, real world tough. And by Thompson Center, America's master gunmaker. Welcome back to Americana Outdoors. We're in South Africa with Smith & Wesson's James Debney and his friends right in the heart of the Eastern Cape. They're out experiencing the classic African adventure with Tam Safaris.
So the next day, we were on for my primary objective, which was the Cape Buffalo. We started the day at the range because I was switching firearms and I was going to our Pro Hunter Encore rifle. I'd just changed the barrel as well from a 300 Win mag to our 500 S&W mag because you really need that heavier, more powerful caliber when you're hunting Cape Buffalo. Beautiful. So we wanted to make sure that we're absolutely spot on, and we were. And what you've got to remember, hunting Cape Buffalo, it's a dangerous game, and it's particularly more challenging when you've got a single shot rifle. So for backup, for if things got extremely dangerous, i.e. we could get charged, I had a Smith & Wesson revolver chambered in .460 with me. So I was carrying that on a chest holster, very accessible to me. We move on, we actually change location slightly, get in the truck, start to drive, and we actually locate 3 buffalo that we can see. So for the first time, I'm seeing a buffalo, not that close, but I can see them through my binoculars very clearly. And I am, wow, that is a big animal. That's a big, powerful animal. There are 3 of them together, but it's clear which one is by far the biggest. We maneuver ourselves around, get the wind right, and we think, okay, we stand a pretty good chance. We're going to get into the same area of brush that they're heading for and see if we can intercept them. But you would be amazed at how fast they travel and how smart they are because they just immediately gave us the slip.
We were kind of sneaking out, moving back so that we could get around and get a closer look at the bull that was standing. And right at that moment, the bull that we'd actually planned on going for stood up. He sensed we were there. The wind shifted slightly.
They're about 40 yards away, and I'm set up on the sticks with my Pro Hunter Encore, and we're having a stare down with that big, big Cape Buffalo. And he is straight on at me, deciding what to do. Who are we a threat? So I have him in my scope, but the problem is he's looking directly over a bush, so I can't get a clear shot at him straight on. So I'm waiting for him to turn to one side because he is straight on at me and I cannot see his chest at all. The reaction when the round impacts him is pretty amazing. It knocks him back off his feet. You know, a huge bellow comes out of him. So we're thinking, wow, that's really hit him hard. So maybe this is just going to be a one-shot hunt.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I see.
And out he comes at full run. So he's at a full gallop. I cannot get a shot off. He gets obscured by the other two bulls. All three of those bulls are staying together, and off they run across some open ground. So we give chase as quickly as possible. So we think we've hit him pretty good. We're not exactly sure where at the moment. So we go walk around, get in the best position for the wind, and wait.
We gave them probably about half an hour to an hour before we started moving in. When we followed into where we'd last seen them disappear, they winded us and ran out. And to our surprise, well, I guess to most of us, because it seemed like it was a really good shot on the shoulder, which it was, but buffalo are tough, and I've rarely seen any go down with one shot. So we knew we'd probably have to get another shot in there to finish him off.
We're already at probably walking, jogging 8 miles so far, and we give hot pursuit. We finally get alongside them, and I managed to get into position for another shot, and we push them out of the brush into an open area, which finally for the first time gives me the best shooting opportunity, and I'm able to take one last shot directly into his heart.
I assume he's not going to get up now.
Job, bud. You never know, it's a buffalo.
Thanks, Len. So it's absolutely fantastic hunt, full on, all day, adrenaline rush, best adventure I've ever had. The 500 Smith Wesson mag did its job. Here you can see the Thompson Center Encore. So very happy with the results. Got my loophole scope on there, that's up to the test of time, so that's good, and I'm very happy. Thank you, Peter.
Yes, sir, you're welcome.
Coming up, meet the national animal of South Africa.
For sale, lakeside getaway, solid construction, with mudroom. For $200, no mortgage necessary. Cabela's West Wind Dome Tent. Great price. Lifetime guarantee. Only at Cabela's.
Man versus nature. It's a tale as old as time. An external struggle, pitting the hero against an animal in a battle of strength and wits to see who'll come out victorious. Will you accept the challenge? Performance Center by Smith & Wesson. Performance when it matters most.
Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, is brought to you by Smith & Wesson Performance Center. Performance when it matters most. Stealth Cam digital scouting cameras. The game has changed. And by Bubba Blade, the ultimate sportsman's knife. Welcome back to Americana Outdoors. Today, James Debney from Smith & Wesson is ready for a hunt with the latest rifle from Thompson Center, the TC Compass.
This is the Compass bolt-action rifle. This actual one here that I've used this week hunting in Africa is chambered in 30-06. Starting at the back, nice recoil pad, as you can see here, really helped me in the week. You know, very comfortable managing the recoil of this rifle. If I just flip it over here, you can see that's molded into the stock here. Here's a nice cheek pad, very comfortable as you get your cheek down there as you're getting on to look through your scope. And then you see here, there's some grips as well. Really helps, whatever environment you find yourself in, it really helps you get a grip of it. You know, if you're wet, if you're in a cold environment, if you've got to wear gloves as well, it's most helpful to really help you get a grip. One of the great features of this, you can see here on the bolt, I'll just open the bolt so you can get a better view of it. But what you have here is a 3-position safety. So back here, that's safe. And the other neat thing about this, it also acts as a bolt lock. So if you're going through heavy vegetation, you're crawling through bushes and so on, sometimes this can get snagged and flip up. You don't realize when you come to actually pull the trigger and nothing happens. So that's really neat. So as you come forward one, you are still on safe. Okay, that is just safe, but the bolt obviously can move. As you go forward, that's into the fire position. And what we have next to talk about is the trigger. This is an adjustable trigger, so you can really adjust it as to what's best for you. The barrel itself is a free float barrel, and that really, obviously, is very important as you consider the accuracy of the rifle at 1 MOA. And another great thing, you see here the mag is actually flush. This is actually a rotary magazine, has capacity of 5 and 4 for your magnums. And right at the very end, as you can see here, it's threaded for anybody who wants to use a suppressor. There are many more states now with favorable legislation allowing the use of suppressors when it comes to hunting. So overall, as you just think about the rifle itself, it does not come with a scope, but it is fantastic value, very rich in feature set. So I wasn't sure where we were going at first. So on the way I didn't pay much attention, but then we turned into an area where then Stephen proceeded to tell me that the lions were. So that adds another edge to the day, as you've got to continue to be very, very vigilant for the lions that are in this area. Plus we have black rhino, which are very aggressive as well, so we had to be extra vigilant as we were hunting around. The first animal we actually spot is the springbok, so I'm very excited as we're getting out the truck to start the stalk. It's a pretty challenging area because there isn't much cover at all, so you're going to be throughout the day a combination of belly crawling and so on, no doubt. So we find some bush that we can hide behind and we start the stalk, getting as close as we possibly can, but we can't get any closer than 240 yards.
Good shot. Well done.
Thank you. Nice.
Old ram. Good shot. Well done.
Thanks, sir. Missed his shoulder, but took him down pretty quick.
They got a very sweet smell in here. They got a gland up on their back here.
Okay.
You can actually smell it. Sweet smell. Like a candy. What is that, cotton candy? Smell it?
Yeah.
Smith Wesson has done some unbelievable things with all their brands, Thompson Center, M&P, and Smith Wesson for the National Rifle Association. And they have been staunch supporters of the Second Amendment and our activities to protect that. And the other part of this is, you know, the National Rifle Association is always thought of as the Second Amendment. A huge part of that, and it has been from the beginning, is hunting and hunters' rights and protecting hunting. And being able to come with industry people, experience the hunt, talk about what the NRA does for hunting, and let them know, look, we've doubled down on our commitment for hunting with the Hunters Leadership Forum and a lot of the other functions that the National Rifleman is starting to do and protect hunters' rights across the globe.
Good springbuck.
Very nice old ram. Nice old male. He's wearing his tips down. Rub them smooth up in the front here.
They just rub them on like the brush and things
Yeah,
like that?
brushing from fighting, just weigh them
okay.
down. But yeah, got some scars up on here.
Oh, sure does. Look
Fighting.
at this across the bridge of his nose. And
Pretty animal. Well done.
yeah,
Very
great
good
hunt. Thank you.
We'll be right back with more hunting action in Africa after these messages.
The full line of Yamaha ATVs and side-by-side vehicles with class-leading durability and reliability. All real-world tough.
Incredibly compact, perfectly balanced, deadly accurate. Shooting 340 feet per second, the reverse draw Vortec RDX is performance engineered to take down big game. Horton by 10 Point. Adrenaline fueled.
Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, has been brought to you by 10 Point Crossbow Technologies. Perfection lives here. Conquest Sense, hunting and dog training sense. And by Bradley Smoker, food smoking made easy. Welcome back to Americana Outdoors with our special guest, James Debney of Smith Wesson, hunting on the Great Winterberg Mountain Range in the Eastern Cape of South Africa.
So next we spot 2 black wildebeest. So again, we're out the truck trying to make best of the sparse cover that there is that we can find. So we line up behind a large bush and start to approach them, but they're already wise to us. We make it to the bush before they move. So we spot where they've gone and we start to follow as best we can, but again, every time we move and get close enough, or we think we're close enough, they move another 500 yards, so they're just getting further and further away.
The black wildebeest, also known as a white-tailed gnu, nicknamed the clowns of the African plains. They're always running in big herds as well. You often get older males that go off by themselves, but when they're in the big herds, they're very tough to get onto. They're always moving, running around in circles, chasing each other around, and hence the name of African clowns. They're always messing around and chasing each other around.
So we drive around, we know where the herd is, so we drive around, we try and get in the best possible position, get the wind in our face, and we start from a point behind a hill, so they can't see us, we can't see them, and we start to go up the incline. I'm on my knees crawling, which is pretty uncomfortable in that sharp stone, but you got to get it done. Get to as close as I can to a little termite hill and start to try and set up on the wildebeest, but again, they have spotted us. And we get back in the truck and start to scout around again, and we actually come across a large bull, fairly old bull, on his own. But before we can actually get in position, he's walking fairly briskly, so we decided just go at it. It's about a 320-yard shot.
Shot.
There he goes.
Oh, no, good shot. Well done. Yeah. Perfect.
Nice.
Yeah, beautiful black wildebeest. James, congratulations. Nice old bull. You can see his boss is all cracked up here and good knobs up there.
Yep, he's a beauty. That was another good hunt. Always good to find a termite hill.
Yeah.
About the right height.
Got prone there, just high enough over this grass here, and yeah, awesome job. Very nice.
Well, thank you again.
Well done.
I've really enjoyed the week, I must say. It's been a magical experience. Some of the hunts, especially the Cape Buffalo, I would definitely say, is up there in the top 3 hunts that I've experienced in my short period of time that I've been hunting during my tenure with Smith Wesson. So I'll definitely back. It's a beautiful place. I would definitely come back to Tam Safaris. Just a wonderful hunting experience.
For more information about Thompson Center and our complete lineup, visit us at tcarms.com. For in-depth stories from the fields and to watch any of our previous episodes, visit our newly designed and easy-to-navigate website at americanaaoutdoors.com. Hey, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on Americana Outdoors. Americana Outdoors is a Careco TV production. Since 1984, Sawyer Products has offered the most technologically advanced solutions for protection against sun and bugs. Sawyer Picaridin insect repellent is effective against mosquitoes and flies. It's safe on you and your gear. And to maximize your protection, use a combination of Picaridin with odorless permethrin for your clothing and gear. Sawyer Stay Put sunscreen will keep you comfortable and getting better protection for even longer. You're already outdoors. Sawyer keeps you there. High-Vis Shooting Systems knows that your shooting performance matters in all conditions. All high-vis shooters experience faster target acquisition with our durable light wave sights. Featuring easily interchangeable light pipes, Lightwave sights give your eyes the exact sight picture you crave. Shoot high-vis. See what you've been missing.
Many said that we were just obsessed when we started, that there had to be an easier way to smoke food. As time passed, the Bradley family created a lineup of Bradley electric smokers that has made it easier for the novice or even expert chef to get perfect results every time they use it. Grab yourself a Bradley smoker and take your cooking to an all-new level.
What does it take to make Evercalm deer scent? It takes a deer farmer who raises whitetails. It takes mixing the special blend of Evercalm, testing each batch.
That smells good.
And then pouring each container. Once it's cooled, each container is cleaned, examined, and packaged for shipping. It takes the finest deer herd and a great team of people to make the best hunting scent available. Evercalm from Conquest Scents.
We plan all year for this. We hone our skills. We have confidence in the gear we choose. When the time comes, will you be ready? We're giving away 10 DS4K models between now and the end of the year. To enter for your chance to win, text STEALTH to 59262.
When you're out hunting, make sure you're carrying GroveTech. GroveTech is designed specifically for the rigorous demands of the hunt and sets the standard for strength and ruggedness when out in the field. GroveTech products have simply built the best tools for the job and are proudly made in the USA. Go hunt. We'll carry the gun. GroveTech.
Protect it or lose it.
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 Protect it
or lose it.
Protect it or lose it. Engel's got the original high-performance cooler and a whole lot more. Engel coolers, go with the original.
Purina's Quick Draw is the perfect solution for attracting deer to your location and providing them with the essential nutrients that will encourage their growth.
Use these blocks where you can, and I promise you, not only are you going to see more game, but the game's going to benefit from you placing it out.
The Bubba Blade 4-inch gut hook, featuring Mossy Oak Breakup Country, fashions a high-carbon stainless steel blade built perfectly to meet your needs. Designed for effective precision cutting. The famous Bubba Blade handle, featuring Mossy Oak Breakup Country, providing ultimate control when harvesting your game. Bubba Blade, the ultimate sportsman's knife.
You work hard to put feed where you need it, when you want it. And thanks to our patented SpinTech spinner mechanism that elevates up and down, you'll no longer have feed go to waste due to wind or unwanted varmints. When the motor is shut off, the spinner plate is automatically pushed up tight and sealed against the hopper, protecting your feed. Stop wasting your time and let the SpinTech technology work for you.
Hercules Outdoor Industries is the new leader in hunting blinds. However you hunt, Hercules is the one blind for all needs. Hercules blinds are entirely made in the USA using high-quality fiberglass components that can last through rain, snow, and all those cold winters. All Hercules fiberglass hunting blinds are foam insulated and carpeted, and Hercules Outdoor Industries will arrange to have it delivered directly to you. Find out more at HerculesOutdoors.com.